You know, for every creator, there are those days, the ones that change everything. Well, for Nicholas Alexander Benson, October 14th, 2025 was one of those days. We're going to take a look at this single, wild 24-hour period where his creative brain and his YouTube channel just collided. It's pretty amazing.
And this quote, this really says it all, doesn't it? This is the core of who he is as a creator. He's not just, getting a little inspiration here and there. Nope. He is literally building entire worlds from his dreams. What's happening in his head at night, that's the fuel for everything his fans love to see.
So that really brings us to the big question for today. What actually happens when a crazy, vivid dream and a YouTube channel that's suddenly blowing up smash into each other on the very same day? Let's follow the clock on this one and see how it all went down in real time.
All right, let's start the day. And when I say start, I mean early. Like seriously early. We're talking way before sunrise. That kind of quiet time when, the dream world and the real world feel just a little bit closer together.
Okay, look at this timeline. It's just wild. At 4:30 in the morning, he's writing down a dream. 5 minutes later, he checks his phone and sees his analytics are going nuts. And then by 6 a.m., he's already started working on turning that same dream into a new project. I mean, that's not just discipline, that's a creative engine firing on all cylinders. So, you've got to be wondering, right? What was this dream he was so quick to log? Well, to really get it, we first have to take a quick trip to the place where all these adventures happen. We need to go inside the Storyverse. So what is the Storyverse? Think of it like this. It's a multiverse where every single story idea that could ever exist is its own little cosmic bubble, all floating together. It's the playground Nicholas explores in his lucid dreams. This is where we meet his crew, characters like Leon the ghostly UFO and Johnson the goldfish astronaut. Yeah, you heard that right. They can literally jump into any story world they can imagine.
And this is where they ended up on this particular morning. Take a look, a cemetery world. It's got this beautiful but kind of spooky vibe, right? And according to his journal, it's a place where spirits can just hop out of their graves and turn into were-rabbits. Yes, were-rabbits.
But hold on, these are not your average movie monsters. Their real power isn't claws or fangs, it's psychological. They can literally mess with your mind, warp your perception of what's real. And that's a really cool shift we're seeing in the Storyverse, right? It's moving from just physical fights to these intense mental battles. Okay, so he's got this super powerful dream idea. But the dream itself is just the beginning. What happens next? Now that's where the real magic is. Let's break down how he takes this one single idea and spins it out into a whole universe of content.
Seriously, check out this workflow. It's incredible. That one little journal entry from 4:30 a.m., it becomes the source code for everything. It's not just one thing. It gets turned into a comic, then an anime, then a wiki entry, a whole podcast episode about it, and even a piece of music. He's literally building an entire ecosystem from one idea that came to him while he was sleeping.
And here's where it all clicks together. This is the crazy part. On his podcast, Dreamcast, his AI co-host, Gemini Nova, pointed this out. The whole idea of these mind-warping rabbits was a perfect metaphor for what he was going through in the real world with his channel exploding. It was strange, confusing, just like the dream. It's like his dream was trying to tell him something about his real life. But, a mind like his doesn't just turn off. The morning's dream was huge, but it wasn't the only thing. Later that day, completely out of the blue, this other idea hit him. And this one, well, it's just beautiful.
I mean, listen to this. He wants to create a video where someone teleports by turning into a swarm of butterflies that flies across the city and then just reforms on the other side. Can you even picture that? It's such an incredible visual. It just goes to show his brain is always on, always coming up with these little sparks of genius. Okay, so remember, while all of this creative stuff is going on, the dream, the butterflies, the whole shebang, there's this whole other story happening in the background, and it's all happening inside his YouTube dashboard. The viral surge was just getting started. Just try to wrap your head around this. At 4:35 in the morning, he was already sitting at over 93,000 views in the last 48 hours. That's huge. But then, by the middle of the afternoon, that number had leaped up by another 23,000. It wasn't just growing, it was picking up speed.
This chart really tells the story of the day perfectly, almost like a 3-act play. You've got the huge numbers in the morning, Then, Act 2, this big jump in the afternoon, and for the finale, another massive leap in the evening, pushing past 138,000 views. Every time he looked, it was a new record.
And even later that night, it wasn't slowing down. The real-time counter was just ticking up, hitting almost 132,000. You can just imagine him watching that number, seeing that constant stream of new people finding his channel. So, when you put all of that together, what does it actually mean? Well, it comes down to this one number, plus 635%. Let that sink in. His channel was getting more than 6 times its usual views. That's not just a good day, that's an explosion. A total game changer.
So, okay, we've seen the dream, the creative frenzy, the absolutely mind-boggling numbers. But after a day like that, what did he think was the best part? What were his personal highlights?
And his answer, which he shared in his highlight comic, really brings it all home. He lists 4 things. Number 1, the lucid dream with the psychic rabbits. Number 2, walking charity miles for Feeding America. 3, just having a good time hanging out with his brother Marquise. And finally, number 4, his YouTube views skyrocketing. I just love that. It's this perfect mix of his creative world, his personal life, and his public success, all coming together on one amazing day.
So, if any of this has you curious, and how could it not, and you want to actually see the Dream anime, or listen to that Dreamcast episode, or just explore this whole universe, his website is the place to go. It's the central hub for literally everything we just talked about. Which, of course, leaves us with one big, exciting question. A day like this, it's not an ending, it's a beginning. It's a catalyst for whatever comes next. So when a creator's wildest dreams literally collide with this kind of massive success, you just have to wonder, what happens now?